Talk to me about Ali. I mean, best in the world?
Yeah, I think he's for sure one of the best, if not the best, and it's up to him to show that consistently, of course, and let other people to decide that, and hopefully, he can play and keep playing well like he has been for a long time, no?
There's just something about him. I think it's like the complete package, because I think people look at him and he's huge, and he's got he's got the big head and the big beard, and we're talking about like an aura for a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He just makes the goal look tiny.
Yeah, he has a good presence, but don't forget he has also unbelievable speed, reactions and power, and he can change speed at any time, which helps as a goalie. There's not too many. I think Neuer is probably one, if I look back, who had this and still have that.
Is that like because that thing he does where the guy takes his final touch of the ball, and he pounces?
Yeah, he obviously times it well. No, he has a good calmness in his game, and as a goalkeeper you have to be calm upstairs, because you have to have good decisions in high pressure and quick moments. So a good head and a calm head is really important. And then obviously we try to do a lot of tactics in training, put the goalie in the right positioning when the ball is in this and that positioning. So that helps as well, that you're automatic when the ball is there in this position to help the outcome. But all the credit is to Ali, to what he produced, of course.
Yeah, he's absolutely incredible. And I just can't think of an area that the game that he doesn't have. I mean, you look at the best goalies in the world right now, and I think Edison's probably up there as well, certainly in the Premier League. He's as good as anyone with his feet. Playing off the line, we know his heading technique's pretty good. But shot stopping. And what I think's interesting is, I think there's a few goalies who you call shot stopping goalies.
Yeah.
I think they make saves, and we talk about Hollywood saves or for the camera saves. We've had a bit of a running joke about. There's a couple of goalkeepers. We won't name them because there's no need to get you in trouble for this.
Yeah, but I don't want that anyway.
But I think they'll dive and pick something out of the top corner, whereas Alisson will just take 2 steps across and catch it.
Yeah, I mean, it's also how can I say it? The philosophy from us, and I always had that as coming from Holland, that you are teaching the full package as a goalie, and that is very much the whole academy. We try to teach goalies who can play with the feet, can play high lines, come across 1v1, play left foot, right foot, and obviously take cross and has good speed reactions. Now the speed reactions not everyone has, but if you're in good positioning and you have all the others, then you can still become a decent goalie. Yeah. So that is always what we try to aim, and sometimes one goalie is better, like Camille has a lot good things, has a good presence, and in the end obviously had the competition with Cruyff, and Cruyff was more mobile and more athletic and better in the way we play. And then obviously Camille is still a good goalie and probably will be having a good chance to become Poland's number 1. But we have to look what is the right option for us in the end. And with Marcelo and Harvey and Fijaros, you try to create the same, and then below we get hopefully a few more. But you try to find them. Danny Ward was a really good goalie in the way we play. Obviously, we had to sell him because we got Ali in, and but Wardy could play as a number 1 easily in the Premier League team, but obviously didn't come off because Michael meant to move but stayed. So, but that's how it goes, and that's what we try to develop always through the whole system, really.
Well, let's talk about Kelleher then. His progression's been fantastic. We've often talked as Liverpool fans about how do you make a Liverpool goalkeeper. It's so rare for top level football teams to bring goalkeepers up through the ranks. It's so difficult because they need the game time. You think of like Courtois having to go on loan to Atletico before he eventually comes to Chelsea. You think about Man United have had these issues and stuff. Every time he's come in, not only has he gotten better, but you can see he possesses a natural calm, I think, which makes him feel older and feel more part of the setup.
I mean, just to say, obviously he has this calm head, but he has also this unbelievable speed reactions, and he can obviously play left foot, right foot. So it's a credit to him for the work he put in all the time in the academy, and then we got him a few years. I think he's been now the 4th year with us or so. And then he picked up the level all the time, and I had conversations with him that, okay, you're now the number 4, but you can still make the next step. You just make competition with the one above you and try to show. And he has a level head, and he is on and off the field really calm and a cool guy, and that helps in his game. And then obviously he looks from Ali and speak to Ali as well. And speak to Jack and Taffa and myself, and then we try to help them all. That has always been the plan. You don't know if the goalie gets to that level, and our aim was to make a Liverpool goalkeeper over all them years. That's what the aim when we started in the academy. But it's not easy because, like you said, there's not many chances, because it's also very rare that a young goalie gets a chance to play as a number 2, even for Liverpool. And I think that's credit to the boss and the coaches to make that happen, really. And then obviously when he got the chance, he has to take it. We had a few younger ones in the past. They played in the pre-season, and I told them from the first minute, listen, if you get a chance, you have to be there, because if you don't produce that game, it could be your last one. And it happened to a few. They still make a good career somewhere else, but obviously not here, because you get that one chance, you have to produce. And credit to him, he did that, really.
Well, yourself from doing it so many years, people remember goalkeepers' mistakes far quicker than they remember the great saves sometimes.
That's it. No, you have to be on it every day, and obviously that's what he showed in training. Everyone see in training every day he is flying left, right and center, and he sees that with Ali. Ali gives always 100%, and even Adrian gives 100% every day. To be fair, the level between each other is really good, and that's why if you have the younger ones, they can see, oh, this is what I have to do to get to the next step. And you have a nice way to pick the levels up. And if you look back over the last years, there's always 1 or 2 young goalies come through, and if they play in the league somewhere else, at least they make the league. And that was always the aim. We need to make them a good career and put them in a good level to make their own career, and whatever level professional it is. We all want to be the number 1 at Liverpool, but if they can make Championship or League 1 or 2, they still can make a good living, and that is always the aim for us as coaches, to try to help them.
The thing about Kelleher, I don't know what foot he is. No, I know, but the fact that the ball can come back to him, and I don't think he cares which foot he's on. And I think even the best goal, even Alisson prefers his right foot. I think you can tell where there's something about him where I think he's better accuracy with his right, but that calmness again, and just being able to make a quick decision gives him loads more time on the ball, and actually makes it a bit easier for the guys in front.
That's true, but for the goalie it's really important nowadays, and it's really that you need to be able to use both feet, because if they press you on your right foot, you can only have the one outlet. It has to be your left, because you have only small time, so you have to handle. And if people know you can use both feet, then there is no point to speed with power onto your right foot, because you can just take it to your left and shoot. And that's obviously also the training and the effort he put in to make that a lot better. And that is the plan for every goalie, but he made that himself a lot improve by working on the training field.
Quality. Well, let's go on and let's talk about Adrian then, who, I mean, in terms of being parachuted in, like that season, he's got no turnaround time at all, as he literally comes in last minute and then he's in the team.
Obviously we had Simon here, and Simon did pretty good, I think. Obviously become the number 2 behind Ali, really, and Simon always wanted to be the number 1 as well, so he decided to move and make the next step in his career. And we need to find the goalie, and obviously Adrian was still available and came in then to do the job. And I think it was inside a week he was in basically in the first game in Norwich. And then, the second game was the Super Cup, really. So, but it's about, try to keep him calm and feel good, and ask him how did you do things, to make him feel good. Don't try to change anything straight away. Help him to feel comfortable and good in the place, and give him confidence. And obviously he did really well. No, we win the Super Cup with the penalties, and then we 11 games I think unbeaten when he had to fill in till Adi is back. So although he hasn't got the league behind his name, he deserved to be also, and he must feel also that he had a good part to win the league that year in that way.
It feels like you talk about what goalkeepers require and part of the goalkeeping group. I think his character is a massive thing, and the size of his personality is a big thing.
Yeah, he's a really unbelievable positive guy, in the dressing room, around the team, with all the goalies, with the staff, and he's really important member from us, really, the way he is, and we all respect him. And we like I said, we all try to treat him the same and give him the same attention, because for me, I no favorite, everyone needs the same, like you and me want to talk normal, there's no difference, and that's how I feel it and see it.
Being able to get on the wall tells you with the standard in Liverpool history. Just a couple last ones, because obviously I know you'll know. Obviously Sander Westerveld is a fellow Dutchman. Obviously a bit of extra pride in making sure that he's on there.
It was pretty cool. No, obviously the year he won most of the trophies. We play each other now in Tranmere in the quarter final. It was close, but they end up winning then the FA Cup. So we were talking on the field after, and so when I started here, we got a bit more to talk, and when he is doing something for the club, sometimes I see him, and then we catch up, or now and then we text, and so he was really made up, and he looks pretty cool on it, no? But I didn't say make this like this. John did it all by himself and made a great job of it, to be fair.
The last one, if we have come all the way back down, is just Pepe. Because of course Pepe would have been first choice when you were around the time you come to the club.
Yeah, Pepe was first choice when I came, and
we talk about the personality of Adrian. We've talked about like the commandeer area of Alisson, Becker. Like for the time as well. He was levels above, most of the goalkeepers in the Premier League in the world.
That's true.
As well.
He had a really good time in Liverpool, and obviously he can see it. Nearly 400 games, 3 cups. He's done amazing, and he fitted the way Liverpool play, the way he plays, high lines, coming for crosses, and have good distribution. So when they signed Pepe, they made the right choice at that time for the club, and obviously in the end Pepe moved on, but he had unbelievable career. What he achieved, not just with Liverpool, with Spain and all the clubs he's been to, Bayern, Napoli, and now Lazio. So. And obviously Barca, so you need to respect him for what he showed and what he has done in his career, and he's still playing and trying to keep going.
The thing that I thought was totally different to how he played was two big differences to how a lot of Liverpool goalkeepers have played up to that point. One was punching, which I think punching gets frowned upon in England a lot. Like I remember my dad used to always say they used to catch the ball with no gloves, and I think Rafa was very clear to him, was like, don't try to catch it so much. Make sure your punching's good, because of how physical the Premier League can be. It's easy to try and catch and get it wrong and get yourself into more trouble. But his punching technique was
I think
outrageous.
I think it's a part, and definitely in England you need this part, because if you play bigger teams, West Ham, Burnley, who try to put corners on top and block you, because actually anyone can say what they want. The West Ham goal was a foul on Ali. If you pull his arm away when he wants to punch the ball, it's a foul, and you can say what you want, but that's why it's far to help the referees, really. But obviously that didn't happen. But his punching was different level, because when we do a punching exercise, he can punch the ball halfway line. So and then to be fair, Ali is pretty good with punching as well, and times it well. But he had a big smash, if you like.
The other one, it was how he'd approach one-on-ones. I'd never seen it done quite like this. But people talk about Schmeichel doing the starfish.
Yeah.
Pepe would go more on his knees. He'd kind of stay upright. He'd go down, but kind of stay upright, which I'd never really.
Yeah,
and most goalkeepers kind of do that now instead of because you used to go down to feet. So you go down one side
and dive. But I think that all changed a little bit in the game. Obviously, it's a Spanish way of blocking, and I think it's very difficult to block because you leave a lot of space around. So it has to be a perfect moment, and you have to be perfect. I think the way Ali does it is probably the way I would do it and see it. You know, you stay in line and you can shift, and if you can win the ball before the player, obviously you win the ball before. But if you can't win the ball, be in line with the player and have the right balance between when I can close it and when I hold my feet and when I need to be ready to make the save. So yeah, you could do a whole session on tactical doing things like that. But I'm not a favorite of blocking myself. But when he was here, we did exercises to try and help it. Because obviously he was growing up with it. So quite a lot of goalies do it nowadays. Although you see now it gets a little bit out again, you know, everyone seeing like the other goalies doing it, like Ali does and stuff, and so it probably changed again. You know, Neuer doesn't block either, so it's like a trend, I think. But yeah, I always stick with my own coaching philosophy and belief, and I would not do blocking because it's really difficult, and if you're not in the right place, there's too much space around you. So I would then be in balance so you can move left and right to try and make saves or come forward more. But yeah, he did really well in everything he did in his career. You know, it's only a big respect for that. And hopefully, you know, he can carry on playing for a few more years, but I'm not sure what he wants to do after that. But you know, hopefully we can still see him in the game, and he for sure will be in the legend game because he is an entertainer and a great guy, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely no one's going to be able to keep Pepe Reina quiet. I think is the
yeah, but he bring a great atmosphere to the team as well, no, and that helps as well. Next to being a good goalie, to bring also a good spirit to your team to boost the team. That helps.
Well, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, an incredible wall, an incredible tribute to some of the greatest men ever to wear the gloves for Liverpool. Again, you must feel an immense sense of pride to be involved in it.
It's unbelievable to see all them guys on the wall now, and hopefully we can extend it in the end. But we use it for training as well, so we shoot the balls to react as well. So it's a tool to use for training, but also to make it look good.
Yeah, amazing. Well, John, thank you so much for taking the time.
No problem.
Brilliant.
All good.
Where does the idea from the goalkeeper wall come from?
Well, when I was in Melwood, you saw that kind of in the indoor, like the older cups and stuff like that. So that was the first thing I saw, and then I saw a few of the murals in the town. And I thought, you know, when we had this rebound wall, I thought it would be interesting to put something on that to make it more lively. So then I was thinking, you know, can we put a little bit of history on it and look at what we could do. So I thought it would be nice to put all goalkeepers from the past on.
So first of all, the brief was to commemorate the legend goalkeepers. So we put some on there, and then as we were thinking about it, we kept thinking of more and more. So we started to go down the route of all the cup winning goalkeepers, or else everybody would have been on there, you know.
I have no really favourite. I like them all, to be honest. You know, and I respect them all for what they did. But for me, it's just good to have them all on. I'm not having favourites anyway. Anyone who wins trophies for the club is perfect, in my opinion, and hopefully we can put a few more up in the future, or a few more numbers. That would be nice, no?